Hello, brothers and sisters. This week is going to be a rather short video because I just want to go through two little things that Ozzy says after the portion I talked about last week. I was hoping to go through the rest of this message and then just talk about his conclusions, because my anticipation was from the definitions he gave at the beginning, he would be able to sound biblical, Christian, etc. throughout the message until he got to the end, where he would go back to that definition to use it to make faith all about works. I still expect he's going to do that. But it turns out there's some stuff he says after the start that is a little off. One of them, because of context of what he's saying, and the other is really upside down. So listen to the first one.
We know that faith describes our response to God, and we know that generally love is describing our interaction with our brothers and sisters. So somehow our relationship with God finds expression. It presses itself out in our love for our brothers and sisters. This love that he speaks of is the seminal command that Jesus spoke of. A new command I give you. It's the New Testament fulcrum. But I cannot love and thus keep the new commandment until faith is first at work inside of me, manifesting itself as love for my brothers. I wrote this down before I started my notes. A couple days ago, I wrote this down. Actually, it was before Brother East came and spoke to us. Brother East spoke to some of us leaders in the prior conference. But I wrote these notes down. Your heart is a network of valves.
Normally that would sound rather standard. That would not be too bad. I still would have a little bit of problem with that idea of the vows. Yes, if you're talking about marriage, but we're just talking about love in general. I don't know that that's really the best word for it. But what I can tell you is look at the context. Not of Scripture, the context of what he's saying. He's saying this within the context of their community that is all about signing this 145-page document to become a member, in which you are vowing to their brethren. Which is what he also mentions here. It's love of the brothers. It's love of that community. But it's not just love, it's a vow to that community. That's what they always push. And that's what they're making this love spoken of in John out to be. That's what he's doing with it. So the one time he starts to get biblical, the problem is he's making it fit within the context of what he's already taught. But watch this next clip. This is the part that I watched multiple times and I'm still unsure how to take it, because I cannot find a good way to look at it. I'm serious. This is so bad. I literally am pretty certain I must not understand what he's saying, because there's no way he's saying what he's saying. Or as they put, experience. And so I don't want to say what he's saying here, because I feel like I have to be wrong, because nobody would say this. So here it is.
Let's try to reverse engineer faith through what the Scripture tells us it does. And if it doesn't do that, we can get more, because it's here for us tonight.
If you just take that verbatim, if you just take it as what he states, and you don't try finding any other extra explanation of it, and you just take it as it is, he's saying, let's find a way to make Scripture fit this, and if it doesn't, let's find better. Let's go beyond Scripture. Let's prove Scripture wrong. Again, I can't believe he's actually going to say that. So I think he's probably trying to say something else. And maybe it's just the weird thinking they have that has messed with his mind so much that he puts it this way. But when you get down to it, all I can say is what I think he's saying, or what his words would literally mean. Not his intent, but what they actually mean by definition, which is what I just explained. But I'm in denial of him going by definition, because I don't want to believe he'd say something that bad that plainly. So my suspicion of what he's doing here is really he's failing at it, but he's trying to sound good in a way of saying, let me change how you would normally read this. Let me change how you normally would view this so that you can see it more clearly. Which is bad, because that is the kind of thing Scripture warns about. But it doesn't sound as bad to a lot of people. A lot of times this is the kind of thing false teachers do to convince people that they are teaching from Scripture. Here he's doing it really poorly, in my opinion. So I'm really unsure what to think of this, and I'd like to see what you guys think. What is he trying to say there? Explain those words to me. Because I'm in denial that he would say something that evil. I'll see you guys next time. God bless.